Hello, 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 and welcome. Happy Monday. Stream is a little bit later today. I had a little bit of a busier day than I expected. But the Sunday shoes are in the process of being made. So the actual model is similar to a model I was using before. I actually wanted to add a modifier though, because I wanted to make it slightly solidified. That was the aim anyway. A little bit like that. Okay, so I want this one. So because I'm just going to delete the bit in the middle, but not right now. There we go. Now there is other ways I could do this, because I could do this by using a cloth modifier, but I just don't want to. I still want to move that slightly in. But that's fine, because I can just... There we go. And then what I'm going to do is use this to just draw along there. And then I'm just going to move this. Just in the general vicinity of where I want it to be before I do is take this, and I actually want to subdivide it to 3 levels. Crazy, I know, but necessary. And I'm not going to shade it smooth quite yet, because what I want to do is go to sculpting, and I want to just pull out So I'm hoping that I'll get these to look like an ice cream sundae. That is the aim. There we go. So, one thing I do need to do is give you a new material. Slightly off-white. Give you a nice silky texture. Let's go to shading. I always forget that I can just press the period. Right, okay, so dummy stays the same. You... I'm going to have an image. You're going to be... I really love mint chocolate chip, so I'm going to make it mint. Not necessarily going to make it chocolate chip. I could, but because I'm transferring it into another program, it doesn't really make any sense. You, if I remember what you are, need to be... one second. Yes, that'll do. Not perfect, but at least the colour I wanted. So that's fine. And then you need to be not that, but there we go. Metallic's a bit high. Let's turn the roughness up. There we go. Right, okay, now this I'm fairly happy with that, so I'm going to leave it as it is. The only thing I am going to do is give it a sub, or is it a solidifier modifier? Let's have a look. Ooh, I kind of like the lip. I wish it was even though. Oh, that's quite cute. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a circle and bring it over here. Bring it here. And the other thing I want to do is go into editor. I'm going to press F to fill it with a face, and then I need to grid fill it, and then I'm going to subdivide it a couple of times. I think maybe that seems excessive. Let's just go for 5. Lovely. Then I'm going to make it slightly smaller, and I want to do it in here in the edit mode, so that I don't have to reapply it if I do it in the normal object mode. Okay, so now I am going to add a, what was I going to do? Material. So new material, this is going to be what does a nice mint chocolate chip need? Or a mint ice cream, it's not chocolate chip. Needs some dark chocolate. Slightly down. sculpting. And the thing I want to do is oh right, I need to not see this so I can actually do it properly. That's fine. And I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, I could have just copied the existing one and altered it slightly. Maybe that would have been a better way to go. But, you know, it's all experiments and fun and games. And I did think that after making the shoes and I made a pair of boots, that I would experiment a little bit more. I thought it might be fun. Yeah, I'm not liking that though. Okay. How else can I do this? I might do it in a different way. So let's go for a curve. Go into edit, press A to select all, and then delete all vertices. And then I'm going to go to the draw, but I'm going to do it on surface. And I want it to go all the way around here to give me an opportunity to pull it over the edge, maybe a bit up, and then there we go. Nice. So if I go back into object mode and I convert that to a mesh, then go into edit mode, I press F. Oh no, I press A to select all, then press F to give it a face. Then I will grid fill the face. That's absolutely fine. Then I'm going to use the material I made that I forget what it's called because it's, there we go, it'll be that one. Go to object mode. Okay. sure about this one either. I kind of prefer doing these types of shapes in CLO, especially because of the physics. It just works better for me. Nothing to do with the program, more to do with my preferences and skill level more than anything. But I think that's how it is. You find what works for you and with you, and you utilize that. It's fascinating. Okay. I kind of wanted sauce, but I wonder if I can add a smaller one. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to add a curve. Right, still have it on surface, and then well, now it's upside down. Ah, right. So set origin to geometry. It doesn't need to be so thick. work for me. Okay, let's try this another way. I love experimenting with Blender, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Because it's always nice to look up a tutorial and find like the easiest method, but sometimes it's nice to know the more complicated way to do things, just so that you have that kind of that knowledge of the way the program works, that understanding of how to do something manually. And it also makes me really appreciate when when I find a easier, um, more succinct method, and I think, that makes sense, and I totally appreciate why somebody created, um, even like either the official one or the mods, a way to not have to do all of this. Because to be clear, there were lots of things I could do. I could turn this into a fabric, and I could have it interact with the shoe by just falling over it in a collision modifier, which will be in the physics tab. I could also do a flat object and then use a curve modifier to curve it around the shape. I could also draw it in Illustrator and bring it in so I get the actual shape that I want. So this, like, there's so many things that I could do to make this easier or different in some sort of way, but I do like the challenge of just looking at things and like, okay, those are the methods that I would normally use, but what about if I used a different method? So yeah, and that's the point of being creative. It doesn't matter really the way that it's always been done, unless it's for a safety reason. Like, experiment, try something new, do it a completely different way, because why not? Also, creativity is the point of being creative and innovative. How can you be creative and innovative if you're not doing anything new or different? Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, whoops. I just felt like that was far too even. There we go. If we shade that smooth. Okay, I need to go back to sculpting because I need to pull that down. Because even though I've got the kind of nice skirt on the bottom piece, this piece doesn't have that, and I don't think it looks right to have it in one bit and not have it in another. let's do some bumps. So bringing that together. Lovely. Isn't that delightful? This is the way it should be. And now we need a cherry. I am thinking the best way to probably do this is a sphere. I feel like I should also probably get a picture of a cherry, because while in my mind's eye I know what a cherry looks like, sometimes it is good to have a reference image. Right. Okay. So let's model it before I change everything about it. So let's there we go. Let's look at it exactly from a cross section. I feel like that's too much. There we go, that's enough. So if I press Alt and Shift, I should, oh no. So Alt allows you to select all joined vertices in a loop, but you have to click in the right spot to go round and not down. So there we go. And I can also use Alt and Shift to deselect if I click on the right one. So Alt. Now I don't want that. And now I don't want that one. I don't want Alt and Shift. I don't want that one. And now I don't want you. So this is the point where, actually, should I have done that on the other one? No, I think it's fine. I'm going to start. Maybe I should have. That's fine. Okay, so now So I don't want to go through the mess because I just want to select these. I don't want these because I want to just be a bit smaller, and then I want to bring it through to there. Then I want to press E to extrude. Now I could add a curve mod. I could do this as a separate thing and then add a curve modifier to it, but I actually think that that would take longer, and it's not that complicated a shape that that seems necessary. I'm quite happy with it as it is. So now I'm going to take this, but not that bit, just that bit. Oh no, I need to turn that on. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to go to this. I'm going to add a material. Not that material. I will need a new material. This will be cherry base. And this one, I'm going to use whatever is the heel, because otherwise it will be far too complicated to try and select it when I'm in CLO, because it's going to be absolutely tiny. Right, so now just want to have a look at it. That's fine. Let's go to there. Let's go to faces, because I do want so if I press, there we go, and press assign, then that's assigned. And then this one, let's go to shading, get rid of this and turn this into nice bright red. Bring the metallic up and leave it as it is. Go back to layout. Alright, okay. I feel like this looks more like an apple than a cherry. Okay, the other thing I need to do is I also need to I need to make a crease, and so I could do it manually, but I think I'm going to use the sculpting. So if I just go to here and then I go to select similar materials, because what I want to do is I want to subdivide it so that I can sculpt a little bit, but I only want to subdivide this bit. I don't want to subdivide the whole thing. So if I go to sculpting, I should be able to add a crease. Do I want a sharp crease, or do I want a drawn sharp? I'll have a sharp crease, that'll be fine. That might be too sharp. Yeah, I think it's fine. Now, to my reference cherry. I think I need to turn the strength down. go. I might need to increase the radius on that a little bit. It's giving such small, tiny bumps. There we go. And I also to smooth it just a little bit. But I am going to smooth the radius down. So let's go to okay. Let's go to object mode. Let's go to shade smooth. There's a shiny cherry. And let's go back to sculpting mode. And the other thing I want to do is so I want to turn the radius right down, but I want to turn the strength up. New shiny car. So now what I want to do is I want to pinch radius slightly up. Okay, I think I've messed around with the cherry enough. And the other thing that it needs is, now it looks like a bum, is it needs a plane. The plane needs to be whatever this is. I need it to Why did I could just subdivide it. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't think I pressed save. When was the last time Blender saved is also the problem. Uh, oh. Oh, that's good. Wasn't that long ago that it pressed save. Slightly upsetting, but could be worse. Alright, now, what was I doing? I was going to add another element. I might add it by itself. Scenes. Blender. It's my own fault. I was living dangerously and not pressing save. These things happen. Let's take you, go into edit mode. Let's should have done that the other way around. Now, let's add a circle. I know there's a way that you can change a plane, but I actually just can't remember how to do it. Change a plane into a circle, but I can't remember how to do it. So it will not be done. So if I go to object mode and take this, go to generate solidifier, okay, you don't like that, that's fine. That's weird. I should have gone with my original plan to use a circle. I don't know why I didn't. I might use the ecosphere. That makes sense to me. Okay, the only thing I really want to do is I want to put a crease in it. Let's move the radius up a little bit. There we go. Right, so now I want to join these. Yeah, okay, so now does my cherry need to be bigger? I feel like it should be at a slight angle. And I do feel as though now that I've made it the size I want it, might be better if this was up ever so slightly. Right, so now I need to move this, so I'm just going to go to select, linked, as I just want to move the whole thing. I want to move it so that it is, so I need to take this and this and move it up so that it meets the cherry, because it needs to be above, and that will help with clipping of the garments when I actually put this into CLO. Okay, let's go to object. So wait, so that's the cherry, that's that, and that's that. So I actually want to, oh, I thought you had a, oh yeah, you do have a modifier. Let's apply that, and then so that, control U, and then the shoe. Shoe needs to be last. Okay, no. So U. There we go. And then press join, and you should all join to the last thing, which should be the parent. So now I should be able to press save and also export for FBX. Remember to make it 0.1. This goes in, it doesn't go in models, it goes in modeling, and then it goes in, doesn't it go in modeling and then it goes in accessories? Date modified. Is it other objects then accessories? And this will be Sunday heel, and it will be 001, and it will be 0.10. I only want the selected object. I've named the mesh the right thing. I can export it to an FBX, and now, assuming that I've done this all correctly, I should be able to close this and open CLO. Woo! So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open CLO, and then I'm going to bring in the shoe and change around some of the materials, and then apply it as a new shoe accessory. That is the aim. That should all work fine and dandy. And then that will be it for this stream. But if you haven't already, please do hit the like and subscribe, and do share this with a friend, and check out my other videos, and definitely check out the Final Boss Banter podcast. There we go. So I just need an avatar. Actually, I'll just open a project. It doesn't really matter which one. Yeah, that one will do. And then what I need is I need to go to female. First I need to go to female poses and put it back in the A pose. So female poses. I feel like it's that one is the one. Okay, this is just the outfit I made last year, just easy and simple. So let's go to avatar, no, not that one. Avatar, register accessory, go to shoes, select heels. That's annoying. Okay, let's use a different project. Because I think it's better to do a project that has clothes. I think it's more fun. Preferably a project that's already in the A pose and won't have a lot of clipping issues. I feel like the oil pumpkin should be fine. Let's use that one instead. Another one I made last year. So if I go to avatar, register accessories, then go to shoes, then go to heels, then go to file, and then go to this, then in accessories I should have Sunday heels. This should so why don't you like this one? So let's make this 0.1. I'm just resaving it, seeing if there was a problem. So I'm saving the selected object 0.1. Oh, I did put 0. I put 0, 1, which is not the same thing. And export. That's weird. Why has it done that? Let's see if this works, because I think I might have a different problem. Yeah. For some reason, that's what it just did in the thing, and I don't know why. So it's just flattened it a little bit. Well, a lot. Which is weird. Okay, no matter. So if I go to this, go to File, Export, FBX. At least I know it's the right size, so it is 0.1, it is the size I should be looking at. Export for FBX. Let's retry that. Ah, there we go. That's much better. Right, so first thing I need to do is put it in place. So it's a platform shoe, so it's slightly out of alignment, but that's fine. So it should be there. And then I need to move it to the side. This shoe looks like it might be slightly too big for you, but it shouldn't be. You should just have... Do you have smaller feet than the other models? You know, I might be overcomplicating this, because I wanted to make sure that... well, let's check. Let me check the other shoes. So, some shoes I made earlier, which are a similar pattern. No, these seem to fit you fine, so that shouldn't be a problem. So let's go to register accessory, try this again, shoes, heels, file, Sunday heels. Now get these in place. So across. They are down. And they are, for some reason, bigger than they should be. Which is strange. But not something easily solvable. Let's go for 98. Just because I don't think they're that much bigger. There we go. Right, so this bit needs to have an opacity of 0. It's just there for safety. I think that it might need to do more than 98. Let's try 96. Which is weird because it's modelled on the same model, so it should just fit, but it doesn't, which is weird. Is that better? There's a little bit of clipping there, we don't want that. And there we go. Okay, I'm happy with that sizing, so let's move this down, the opacity to 0. Is that 0? That is 0. Oops, no. Oh, for goodness sake. When in doubt, just start again. I forgot I had the whole shoe selected, so down to about there. I don't think it needs to go any more forward, and then click off, then click this, then do the opacity to 0. The cherry, I'll keep that as red. I might make that, make it plastic. This, I'll make that silk and shiny, and I'll make that fine clothes. This one, I don't want that anymore. That was just for reference more than anything else. Let's apply that. Maybe it should be slightly darker. Let's apply that. And then I think that this will be it is only tradition that all shoes are orange, but I don't think it quite works for this shoe. So let's make it okay. It doesn't look like I have any unwanted clipping, so that's good. And I'm fairly happy with that. I do want to change the normal map of that though, so let's give that a more interesting normal map. Let's go for this one. I think that's fine. And now, last and easiest bit, arguably, is to just press mirror creation, and then it should mirror it in the exact spot I want it on the opposite shoe. But for some reason the opposite shoe is clipping, so I just need to move that in slightly. And then check the other side to make sure it's not clipping anywhere else. And then that's pretty much it. The only thing I need to do is I need to copy path, and I will save it. And this will be, I might call these cherry heels instead of cherry sundae. Cherry sundae heels. Save. And that is it. I might make a better version of these because these were a very quick thrown together version of just experimenting, but I'm very happy. So now if I refresh this, all of the shoes I've made should be all together. So these are shoes I made yesterday when I was just experimenting with making boots. These were today's ones, and these were last week's ones, which I think I did on the stream, and then these were the ones where I was just adapting from the already existing CLO pattern, adding a few straps. But yeah, so thank you for joining me for that, and I hope that you got something out of it or enjoyed the creative process. But before I go, I'm definitely thinking that song, like "Let Me Take a Selfie," is in my mind because I'm thinking, oh, this will be a nice picture for the Instagram. I'm hoping that's frozen, and I'm hoping that's solidified and not frozen. There we go. So I'm going to go to